40 last game.
Over halfway done with match play round one. And right in front of us, you see our leader, Brian Leclerc. He is now plus 736. He is 2-1 on the day, averaging 235. That's 5 pins higher than the next guy, which is Walter Ray Williams Jr., who is still 3-0. In third place, this guy, Bo Gergen, out of Sanford, Michigan. He is 2-1. I've been pronouncing that last name wrong for the last couple days, so sorry, Bo. Plus 605, actually tied in third with Ryan Schaefer. Schaefer also plus 605. Ron Moore in fifth place at plus 598. Eugene McCune, not far back though, tied for sixth. He is plus 583. He is 3-0 on the day. He's tied with Warren Eels, who is 1-1-1, also 15 back. Pete Weber in 8th, 38 back, and Bob Learn Jr. in 9th, 47 back. And then it takes a little bit of a steep drop off. Lenny Boris Jr. in 10th at minus 117. 117 out at plus 481. LeClaire pulling Haugen Jr. in this match. Haugen currently sitting in 23rd, 322 pins back.
Last two players of the year right here. Haugen 2018, LeClaire 2017. And LeClaire still with, well, he's the only guy with any chance other than Walter Ray to win it this year. But really no chance. It's going to be Walter Ray. But LeClaire with 2 titles so far this year. Walter Ray he's doing well enough this event to clinch with just the one event next week in Jackson remaining. It is a points-based race, so even if LeClaire were to win both, Williams has enough points with that major. But it's not going to stop LeClaire from trying to get win number 3 right here on the season.
And he's on his way to making it a 50-50 shot. He's been in that first seed for most of the tournament. See if he can continue his run. Take a look at some of our Game 3 matchups. See if we had any close ones, any good games. Mike Diaz defeated Bob Learn Jr. 196 to 194. Bo Gergen shoots 236. Doug Kent with a nice 246. Larry Verbal 242. Paul Fleming 245. Eugene McCune 239. Tom Carter narrowly defeated Mark Sullivan 211 to 205. Same thing with Bauer and Boris Jr. Bauer won 220 to 217. We saw that match. Bruce Hall defeated Zavino 253 to 234. Saw that match as well. Schaefer 239. Pete Weber 258. We saw that. And then Walter Ray Williams Jr. defeated Joel Carlson 225 to 220. Bo Gergen rolls out that 10 pin there. Heck of a shot. Comes in high, slaps it out again. And he's having a good time with Don. Haugen down early through 4 to LeClaire. LeClaire working on the front 4. Haugen, no double yet. Harrington down 10. Now back to even. LeClaire showing why he's been the leader for much of the tournament here. Working on 5 in a row now. Haugen doesn't want to bowl. Just asked a fan if she would like to bowl instead. She did not take him up on that offer.
I wonder if that's legal. Isn't there? There should be an official alternate, and I'm pretty sure it's not that fan.
And James Stortz is our alternate, missed by 5 pins. I saw him in the building today.
In fact, he's right in front of us right now. Not anymore. But he is, again, right in front of us right now, but not anymore.
LeClaire, 6 in a row.
He's already wearing his name shirt as if he has insider info.
He's ready.
Oh,
Gergen, the misstep there. Haven't had the chance yet. The Pan Am Games are currently going on. Bowling, one of those many sports taking place in Lima, Peru this summer. I wanted to congratulate Stephanie Johnson and Shannon O'Keefe on their doubles win. Men's team not as fortunate. They finished second, Jacob Butcher and Nick Pate. And singles will begin soon. Actually, the men are currently bowling their first singles block right now. They started at 10 o'clock Eastern time this morning. Women will start at 5 o'clock Eastern time. And this will go all the way until Tuesday. Harrington just cleans up that 4 pin. LeClaire can't make it 7. Looks like James Stortz will actually be bowling. So Tom Carter withdrawing in the middle of game 4 here. Gave us the no good sign. He was having injury problems earlier before this tournament, he let us know. And he was surprised he actually was able to bowl as well as he did this week, make a run at the top 5 for much of the week.
Well, we appreciate him waiting until today to withdraw, because if he would have gotten hurt yesterday, we would not have had that roll off.
Oh yeah.
It would have deprived us of the 3 for 2. Brian Kretzer would still be in, but kind of surprised. Like you said, he was talking to us before the round, and he looked like he was feeling okay and ready to go, and obviously he got half the block in.
It's also interesting, Kretzer must not have taken the alternate spot, now that I think about it.
Yep.
Because Kretzer would be bowling for Carter right now, but instead, James Stortz is the middle reliever for the morning. Maybe Kretzer's the setup guy or the closer, who knows.
Kretzer is the guy who was not pleased with himself
No, he was
for
not.
missing that single pin in the 9th frame, which ended up being the difference.
Rightfully so. I would not be very happy with myself either. We've all been there. But we know Kretzer will come back. Kretzer's had a solid season thus far. Kretzer sitting in 12th on the PBA 50 earnings list. Also 10th on the points standings.
Gergen finds himself in a match now with Harrington.
Yeah, after a couple doubles, looks like an open in the 5th and not the world's easiest spare here on another double. And not able to clean it up either. Here's Haugen. This left lane has been giving him some trouble. That one took off on him. He didn't swing that one much. Oh, got lucky to double up there. He said that's how he wanted to do it. That's how you're supposed to.
They're all down. That's all that counts.
That's right.
That's why I'm 20th and he's leading.
Don Harrington putting himself up by 18 in his match now.
See how the demeanor changed? On the 3rd frame, Bo Gergen was the guy deciding they were going to be jovial. And now, Don Harrington is the guy deciding they're going to be jovial. Bo less jovial at this point. That is an incorrect score on our screen for Bo Gergen. Actually has 150 in the 8th on an open. So 2 pins more than we see. Don Harrington's is accurate.
Leclerc, after going 7 miss in the 9th, can't get the 10 out here. Now he maxes out for a 233 after a solid start. But he will get the bonus pins there. Gergen can strike out here in the 10th. He'll force Harrington to mark, but he cannot. So Harrington will grab those bonus pins.
Kurgan's score is now correct. And yes, Chase, he will almost definitely lose this match. But Harrington will be required to bowl
Yes.
and hit pins.
Needs a few. Leclerc going to shoot 232. Warren Eels off to our left is going to shoot in the 240s. And he will move to 2-1-1. And possibly jump into the top 5. He was only 15 pins back, but it really just matters what the guys ahead of him obviously do. Haugen able to get the first and the 10th, keep himself above 200. If he can go at least 9 spare here.
Can sneak this in between our shots here. A.J. Johnson on the front 5 in Houston. That'd be 6, and a very stuttery 6. Now back to live action here. Johnson and Aaron McCarthy bowling together. Haugen strikes. Harrington did get the clincher in the 10th, and 2 more shots for Harrington before we move into our 5th game of 6 before the next 6, before the next 4.
Doug Kent went open in the 9th and 10th to shoot 178. Brian Manini is going to take the win there. Haugen going to shoot 209 in his match. Harrington 225. And with just a couple frames to go in a couple matches, we are through 4 games. And we'll be back for game 5 of 6. Don't go anywhere for the PBA 50 Spectrum Lanes Open, presented by DV8. couple undefeated gentlemen left here in the field after 4 games. None of them in the top 5. Heck, none of them in the top 10. Right now, 11th, Daryl Bauer, 4-0. And we got Michael Healy at 4-0 in 16th place. Here's Bob Learn Jr., Ricky Schisler. Bob, a rough game last game. Shot just 155. And obviously lost his match. Brian Leclerc still in the lead by over 120 pins now. He is 3-1 on the day. Walter Ray Williams Jr. in second at plus 669. Ron Moore in third, just 4 pins back of Walter Ray in second. Warren Eels in fourth at plus 660. Pete Weber in fifth at plus 607. Bo Gergen drops to sixth. He's at plus 595. Ryan Schaefer in seventh at plus 593. Eugene McCune at plus 577, 30 pins back. And Lenny Boris Jr. is 47 pins back. Here's Warren Eels right now, currently sitting in 4th place, 138 back of first, and 53 ahead of the cut. Eugene McCune doing what he does best, just throwing at 30 miles an hour. And it's working. He's got the front 5, 3-1 on the day, and sitting in 8th place, just a bonus game's worth of pins back. 30 pins. Schisler, solid start, spare next 4. We haven't really seen him much today. He's currently sitting in 26th, 1-3. Mike Diaz, he is now in 24th. So he's done pretty well after a bad start. 171 game 1, then 238, 196, 184. Got the win on 2 of those games that were less than 200. Very interesting. Here's Paul Fleming. He's currently sitting in 13th place. He's 170 back. He's got a decent game going. First 3 spare, strike there. Fleming was an 18th to start the day. There's Lauren Jr. with the double. He was in second after day 1 qualifying, dropped a bit after day 2, and now is in 10th place after 4 games of match play here. Fleming with the flat 710 there. Here's McCune on the front 5. Make that 6. Nice shot from Lauren there. 278 pace. 3 in a row, 8 spare, 3 in a row. Take a look at some 4th game matchup scores. Walter Ray Williams Jr. took his first loss to Michael Healy. 224 to 197. Ron Moore defeated Mark Sullivan 237 to 227. Daryl Bauer shot a nice 256. Lenny Boris Jr. with the 249. Tom Baker 231. Warren Eels 247. Brian Leclerc 232, which could have been better. Gary Allstott 278. And Eugene McCune front 7. Gary Allstott defeated Eugene McCune. with that 278. Let's see where Gary's at now. Gary is all the way up to 19th place. And he's just 2-2 on the day. 203, 248, 193, 278. Just shows what a big game like that can do for you. Add 100 pins on your plus minus if you shoot 270. Most likely. Should win with the 270. If not, that's unlucky. Schisler playing pretty deep, comes in high. Leaves a 3-6-10. Here's Gary All-Star right here, playing against Terry Metzner. Schisler just avoids the chop there. Here's Bob Learn Jr. working on 3 in a row, trying to make it 4. Wow, that was quite the shot there. He did not swing that at all. He was able to get enough speed on it to just barely grab that 3-pin. There's McCune, front 8. Got that one way in. Leaves a 6-pin. Here's McCune trying to make it 9. And he does. Gets the log, spins it out. Front 9 for Eugene. There was 2 logs waiting to hit that pin. Eels with an open in the first frame, comes back strong with the next 8 strikes. Here's Schisler, down 12. Strong with the next 8 strikes. Here's Schisler, down 12. Sends that one way out. Leaves a 2-pin. Now down 13. Diaz did not want to see that. Chops off bucket. Here's Fleming. He's down quite a bit now with Eels on a 279 pace. Crosses over. Can still get to 226, which is important if he wants to stay in this stepladder race. Diaz is another lefty in the field. Bone and Bruce Hall, also a couple lefties. Schistler comes in high, kicks out the 4, just leaves the 9. So it looks like Bob Warren Jr. will take the win in that match. Warren Eels will take the win in his match against Fleming. McCune will take the win in his match here against Diaz. Obviously still a little more work to do. And then Metzner got a pretty big lead over Gary Allstott on 31 and 32. Eugene McCune with the front 9 here in match 5 of 6 in match play round 1. Here's his first in the 10th. Perfect. There is 10 back and 10 on the board for McCune. McCune, 3 PBA titles, the first of which came right here Grand Rapids, Michigan. Spectrum Lanes and the 2002 to 2003 PBA Banquet Classic. He won the Cheetah Championship in Vegas about 8 years back, and then won another title in Fountain Valley, California about 7 years back. First bowled his first PBA event back in 1986. Looking for number 11. Comes in light, swishes it out. Front 11 now for McCune. McCune has accumulated $948,000 in career earnings. 55 career PBA 300 games. Trying to make it number 56. And he'll do it. Eugene McCune, currently sitting in 8th place, 30 out. Shoots a 300 and grabs 30 bonus spins. Bob Lauren shoots a nice 247, takes the win, and we will head to the final match of match play round 1 in just a few minutes here at Spectrum Lanes in Wyoming, Michigan for the PBA 50 Spectrum Lanes Open presented by DVA. I'm Chase Kaufman alongside Jeff Goodger. We'll be right back. Bob Learn Jr., Michael Haugen Jr., both on 25 and 26, both starting off fairly strong. Scott Don Harrington, Warren Eels. Warren Eels right now in 3rd place. And speaking of place, we got scores for you after 5 of 6 games in match play round 1. First place right now, Brian LeClaire, of course, plus 896, 4-1 today. In second, Ron Moore, plus 774. In 3rd, Warren Eels, just mentioned that, plus 757. Walter Ray Williams drops to 4th. He's at plus 756. Eugene McCune is now at plus 707. And there he is again. He just shot 300 last game if you missed it. Ryan Schaefer is in 6th, 6 back of 5th place. Pete Weber in 7th, 36 back. Bo Gergen minus 92. And Lenny Boris Jr., 100 pins back in 9th place. Bob Learn Jr., he's on one of our feature pairs right now. He's 124 back now. And unfortunately, we have no more undefeated bowlers in match play round 1. We do have a defeated bowler, Kevin Anderson, 0-5 right now. Here's McCune, and his string ends at 14, at least. Not sure what he did the game before the 300. Nice shot from Eels. First, we'll take a look at some of our other matchups from the last game. Game 5, Schaefer, 278. Pete Weber, 234. Walter Ray, 257. Ron Moore, 279. Zaffino, 237. LeClaire, 268. Eels, 267. Learn Jr., 247. Schisler, 233. McCune, we saw him, 300. Verbal, 228. A lot of good scores that last game. Parker Bone defeated Tom Baker in the only single pin deficit match. He won 200 to 196. Eugene McCune had at least 14 strikes in a row because of that 300 game. And if you missed it, luckily Eugene was nice enough to us to shoot it on one of our featured pairs. And we got it recorded for you. It'll be on PBA's YouTube page shortly later today. So if you missed it, you can go back and watch that. But you got to be quick. That ball gets down there in like 0.3 seconds. So got to watch for it. Here's Eels. 3 in a row there. Bob Learn Jr. went spare, next 5 spare. And Michael Haugen also with a solid game, strike spare, next 3 spare. Just a few more frames for a lot of these guys. Before match play round 2 is upcoming.
Don't worry, Chase. The fans having a good time have been silenced, as any pro sport would do to their enthused fans.
Yes.
How dare you come here and have fun?
Harrington looking to match Eels. Harrington gets a 4-bagger as well, up 1 pin in that match. Let's check out where Harrington resides at on the leaderboard. Currently 23rd, a little over 400 pins out. But every pin matters here at the PBA 50 Spectrum Lanes Open. Every single place you start to earn a little bit more cash. It's not a ton, but it's something. 33rd place, which was Brian Krutzer, earned $1,000. 32nd, which will be Tom Carter, since he withdrew from the rest of the event, will earn $1,100. And then as you go up, it increases by $5 a place, a whole $5. 31st, $1,105. Then it goes up by 5, all the way up until 22nd place, where then it starts increasing by $10. And then once you hit 16th place, that's where the big bucks start to come in. You increase your earnings by a whole $20 a better place you finish. So 17th, $1,200, 16th, $1,220. Goes up by 20 from there until you hit 11th place, where it goes up by 25. 8th place, it jumps up to 50 to make it $1,425. 7th place, $1,500. 6th place, $1,600. 5th place, $1,750. 4th place, $2K. 3rd place, $2.5K. 2nd place, $4,000, and 1st place will be $7,500 to the champion. $450 entry fee if you're a member. Non-member, $500. Here's Warren Eels back down by 1 pin. And puts them back up by a mark. McCune is just striking away. And so is Learn now. Learn had a bad 4th game, a 150, came back with a 247. Now shooting a very solid game 6 here in match play round 1. Let's take a look at McCune's stats. McCune only went plus 63 day 1 and then shot a monstrous plus 329 on day 2. Now he's back on track, shooting, going 235, 227, 239, 194, 300. It looked like he missed that one at the bottom a little bit there. How about Terry Metzner here? Terry coming in light, leaving the left side sleeper. He's in 17th right now, 320 pins back. Kuhn decides to go straight at it for the bucket and picks it up. Harrington can get to 226 with all 10 on his fill here. Haugen with a 211. That's not going to be enough for the win. So Bob Larn Jr. will grab a win. And not good count there for Harrington. I believe all Eels has to do now is just mark. Bob Larn Jr. looking to shoot 269. Give himself some nice momentum heading into match play round 2. Gets the important first one there. Eels looking to add on to his third place plus 757, possibly jump to second. Able to get the first, so he'll take the win. Kuhn strikes there to cut his deficit to 4. Does get the second and the 10th, so he'll be in the 260s. Grab 30 bonus pins. Nice finish to qualifying or match play round 1 there. McCune able to double into 9th. Eels has been playing this line for much of the week. Comes up high there, but he'll grab the win. To Manini and McCune. Manini was up 4 in the 8th, but McCune doubled, and Manini does not strike here in the 9th. So McCune now has the lead there. Allstott on 33 and 34 went spare next 7. Going against Doug Kent, who's also balling a pretty solid game. Manini's going to leave the 210, and McCune is going to take the win, most likely. Manini happened to spare this and strike. McCune would just need to mark in the 10th. Not. So McCune will take the win there. get the first. Kuhn's made a nice run here today as well as yesterday. He's going to be in at least 5th place heading into the final match play round. Kuhn crosses over there. Looks like he set that down at 1. Break point was a little left of 1. So McCune gonna hit in the 250s and take 30 bonus spins and set himself up nicely for match play round 2. That'll begin at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time right here on Flow Bowling. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short intermission for a little over an hour. We are at the PBA 50 Spectrum Lanes Open presented by DV8. I'm Chase Kaufman alongside Jeff Goodger. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for another 6 games of match play coming up